Hello everybody, this is John Johnston from Corn Nation reacting to the news that Nebraska's lost 3 more offensive players from their program. Luke McCaffrey, Will Farniok, and Kade Warner. All 3 off the offense. All 3, fairly high profile players. This is an instant reaction to this. There you go. That's about it. And then I pooped myself, but you can't see that because that's off camera. Luke McCaffrey, obviously the highest profile of the 3. Certainly a highly praised, highly wanted recruit. McCaffrey lines, got the good bloodline going on, got the dad, the brother that's the high profile NFL player. His brother Dylan just left Michigan, put his name in the transfer portal there. Was he a quarterback? He was a project. Was he going to be the answer next year? He couldn't beat out Adrian Martinez this year, and we weren't a very good football team this year. And I think if you weren't going to beat him out this year, I guess you could progress. So let's face it. It's okay that he's leaving. I would have liked him to see him stay, but I don't think it's a huge loss. It is a huge loss because of the optics look bad, but we'll get to that in a bit. Kade Warner worked his way up from being a walk-on to being a captain to earning a scholarship to dropping 2 touchdown passes this past season. You couldn't get on the field. Again, Kade Warner, son of Kurt Warner, high-profile guy. Does it point to anything really huge? Yeah, you could take the very serious point that there's a problem with the offensive side of the ball, and mostly that point would be that they sucked. Will Farniok, his brother declared for the NFL draft this year, which is, fine. Will Farniok really didn't get on the field a whole lot this year. I think the biggest thing with the Farnioks is that they had really great hair, and now they're both gone. So who is going to have the great hair for Nebraska? And this is a big concern for me, as you might know, because we're working on hair during this pandemic. I don't know, I've been going with either the Big Lebowski or the Mickey Rourke kind of, bad guy look. There was a tweet from Sage Rosenfels. There's some fucking guy, didn't he play for Iowa State? He's probably still angry about Nebraska mostly beating the shit out of them then. Saying that 2 of those players are sons of NFL fathers and they know bad culture. Maybe he has a point. Maybe there is bad culture, but as I ran the numbers just a few minutes ago, there are over 1,100 players in the transfer portal now. So if that's a sign of bad culture, there must be a bad culture pandemic going on that's underreported by the mass media because they like to hide things that don't make the people look good or something. I don't know. I think that honestly, when you see older players tweeting about this stuff, sometimes they have good points, but I think we're also entering into a new phase. And certainly this year is different than every other year, and that everybody got a free year. I didn't get a free year. I wanted to not age this year, and I sure as hell aged. I didn't get looking like this just by sitting around putting lotion on my face all day. Anyway, is it a sign of a bad culture? Seriously, something may be wrong on the offensive side of the ball, and again, they suck. Stop sucking, and you probably will still see players transfer because they're not going to get on the field. And I think really that's what this is about. Luke McCaffrey wants to go someplace where he's going to be a starting quarterback. And given all the transferring going on, you can go to a program, probably might go down a level. And by that I mean maybe go down from the Big Ten to a Group of 5 school. Ohio would love to probably have a Luke McCaffrey run their offense. Frank Soldich's guys. But I don't think this is any real huge issue. Seems to be going on all over the place. It doesn't take away from it. Doesn't. I don't think we get any better when you add Wan'Dale Robinson into the mix. But we still have a young team. We still have the same issues we had before, and that's really kind of the key here, isn't it? Does this change anything about our team? No. The defense is mostly coming back, and the defense looks like they're going to be a lot better. The offense is still a mess. Mostly young players on the offensive line. They're not leaving. If one of those guys, Turner Corcoran, decides to leave, then we probably should point out, holy shit, there's something really bad going on in Lincoln on the offensive side of the ball. Xavier Betts, you haven't heard about him leaving. That'd be kind of a concern. Thomas Fidone. We got to come up with some kind of nickname for that guy if he doesn't have one. He's still coming in. And then you still have the central issue for this team. Number one, who's going to replace Dedrick Mills? You hope it's that kid out of USC. Number two, the offensive line has to be better. Well, they got youthful. At the end of the year, I guess it was against Rutgers, but they looked a lot better. But youth and quarterback. Well, now you got Adrian Martinez, you got Logan Smothers, and you got Henrik Hergerberger. That kid coming out of Kearney Catholic going to show up on campus, and God knows what he's going to display. So I know I should be much more drastic about this than I am. I should have set my hair on fire. I'm sorry. But there's not a whole lot to see here other than the nation screaming about it. And keep in mind that, again, there's over 1,100 players transferring. Where are they going to go? Are they all going to find a home? Wan'Dale kind of knew where he wanted to go, and because he was a good player that produced on the field, Kentucky was glad to snap him up. Where's the rest of these guys going to end up? I guess we'll wait and see. Then I'll do another video then with my great hair, because I know you love to see this. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's just, I tease it this way, and nothing works. Take care of yourself. Thanks for listening. Go Big Red.